Bye, have a good day. Thanks, Sawyer.
Good morning, Miss Tammy.
How are y'all?
We're good. See you later, buddy.
All right, tell Mama bye.
Bye, bud.
Bye, Mom.
Love you.
Come on. Taking a picture.
That's good. When you look back on this school year, what things can you say you're proud you achieved?
I give a lot of credit to my teachers. I love, every morning, every day walking in the hallways and hearing each classroom, they're singing or about Jesus or talking. They're constantly just learning, and I'm glad to have teachers that have the heart to do this, because it's not, a profession that, you have to love kids to teach preschool. And each one of my teachers love these children, and I'm just so glad I had this wonderful staff. And I just love coming to work and seeing my teachers and working with them every day.
What do you think will be some of your good memories about this class?
Good memories would be watching how they have become independent than they were at the beginning of the school year, kind of to where I had to do everything for them, and now I can give them a baby wipe, and they can wipe their own mouth and wipe their own hands, and they can go across the hall to the bathroom and wash their hands without me having to pull the stool, turn the water on, and reach. And they've grown tall, so now they can reach their hand to the automatic paper towel dispenser and it comes down, and they love doing that too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then we have some that like to kiss. Yeah. And if you don't watch it, they're gonna kiss you right in the mouth. And then we have to tell them to quit kissing each other in the mouth. We say, save those kisses for Mama and Daddy, not your friends. And I'm not even joking. I love getting those hugs in the morning when they first come in. Miss Melton, Miss Melton. Especially if it's been over the weekend, or if you're out in public and you see them somewhere, and they kind of look at you funny like, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here. But yeah, that's one of the big things I like.
I was worried at the first of the year because I couldn't get anybody to answer questions like what letter Ms. Rogers holding up. Couldn't get them to answer. After Christmas, it's like a light switch went on, and every time I'd hold a card up, well, Billy would tell me that starts the letter of my name, and Brian would say, Miss Rogers, that's your letter. Rusty Rooster is your letter. And they started picking out their sounds and stuff. That was really exciting. I got teary-eyed. What's that saying? Imitation.
Imitation is the best form of flattery.
Okay, well, that's I can say that that's one of my sayings for this year because they imitate me. I can sit over, I have a tendency to sit at my desk and listen and to see who's interacting with others. And I have several that'll be teachers, and they're talking just like me.
And learning the New Testament, we decided we were trying to learn the song about the New Testament for our graduation, and I thought there's no way they're going to learn and be able to say these names, and it took them maybe a week, maybe not even a week, and they could say every one of them. So they've come a long way, and they pray by themselves now. They'll say, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. But they can pray by themselves now.
And each year I say, okay, I'm done. And then you'll get a group like this year that's very loving. I love you, Miss Wadges, and get hugs. And you can have the worst day ever. And they'll come running down the hall. Cadence runs down the hall, full force. Miss Rogers! And grabs and hugs. And if you see them in public, they'll hug you and like you're their best friend ever. And stuff like that keeps me going and staying in this. And it's a ministry, really, staying in this ministry.
Anyway, but I've been in public and private. And when I came here, I mean, I can't wait to get here. I want to see the kids. I want to, and like Sherry said, they are loving. I mean, for boys, most boys are not, but they'll give you hugs and excited. Dylan will run down the hall, which I've known Dylan since he was 2, so I mean, I've watched him grow up. But he's always got a hug and squeezes you tight. But it's a joy to come in every day and to be able to talk about Jesus. That's what I love.
The ends now.
That is. Before I start crying. And I'm gonna miss them.
Why do you greet the kids every morning?
Because it makes my day and it makes their day. I love telling them the pretty clothes they have on, their pretty shoes. I love their hat, their shirt. Just something I tell something positive about them every morning when I get them out the car. And it makes their day. Makes my day. I don't know where else to put that out.
Please snort.
What are some memorable things about this school year?
I'm going to remember this school year because the majority of the children that I've had this year, I had last year also. I taught them as 3-year-olds, and so they've moved up to 4s with me. And I feel like I have become a part of their families. I almost feel like Aunt Sandy instead of Miss Sandy. I'm going to definitely remember this class just because we've grown together. I've had them for, like I said, a lot of them for 2 years. And they feel like part of my family. I have been extremely proud of them, and most importantly, I can tell how much they have grown in the way that they want to pray. And every morning, just about every one of them has a prayer request. And out of all the things that I've taught them this year, to me that's the most important one, is that they know it doesn't matter how small they are, that God hears their prayers just as much as He does mine or anyone else's.
I have seen social skills as far as sharing with each other, their language, their communication language. It's like having a room full of adults. I can hear them imitating me during center time. I can hear them imitating their parents. And just to see that growth from the beginning to the end, whether one child grows just a little bit or a huge span, that is my goal as an educator.
But I'm going to miss those babies. I have grown so attached to them. There's no way I'm going to forget the group that I had this year. You just don't forget those babies. And I just thank each of you parents for giving us the opportunity at Kelleytown just to take a small part in your child's life. And I have enjoyed every single minute of it.
I love you.
I love you.
People start watching these videos, they ain't gonna send their kids back.
Felt like you with Sandy on Saturday.